welcome along. Quickish video, depending on if we can rectify a situation. A few people have messaged me, left comments on my CSL DD Xbox Series X video, basically asking me if I can get the CSL DD to work with Project Cars 2, which I can. It seems to work for me. So yeah, we're going to go in and I'm sort of going to run through what it's doing for me and see if we can like rectify, because I don't know what you guys who are having the issues, what it actually says wheel wise. I mean, I'll obviously show you what mine says, and like I said, it seems to work fine. So go to controls. So mine comes up obviously wheel. It comes up the makes Thrustmaster, which obviously isn't. Model Xbox One racing wheel. Now that seems to work for me. If I go to calibrate wheel, obviously I can turn it all the way to 100, turn it back, and so the wheel's in the middle. And then what I like to do is to obviously change the steering rotation to not have it too close, is turn my wheel to the left. It doesn't really matter either to the left or to the right. I usually turn it to the left, and I have it so my wheel sort of pointing the center of it. If you were to put your hand and sort of go up the wheel, it's pointing to about between 10 and 11 o'clock, and that seems to work for me. It seems the rotation's not too short or not too long. So then obviously I'll press finish, save, and that's me done. Same with the pedals. Obviously calibrate the pedals. So see, throttle pedal, press the brake pedal, there you go. Clutch, we don't use anyway, no, use the clutch. So again, save that. That's it. So I mean, for me it seems to work. Obviously, like I said, I don't know what you guys have got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to reset to default, which maybe you guys could try as well. Press OK. So then yeah, my default is then the Thrustmaster, which again I can't change left or right. It's, I mean, it doesn't seem to want to change it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug my controller in and we'll see if that makes a difference. Right, controller. So obviously I can click up and down with the controller. And obviously makes no odds. I still can't change what it's saying on there. So what I'm going to do is turn the wheel off. Obviously it's now going to come up with controller because I've accessed it with the controller only. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the wheel back on. So now my wheel is on. I'm going to unclip my controller. I'm going to press green, so then it's going to come up wheel, and it's going to come up with make not applicable. Calibrate the wheel, and it should work again. Yeah, everything seems to be calibrating fine. So go down to calibrate pedals. Yeah, pedals are fine again. So there, hopefully that will work. Some of you guys who actually can't get it working at all. Like I said, a couple of ways of, yeah, it's almost sort of like clearing it. And yeah, but yeah, give me some feedback on it also, and let me know if it worked for you. But it's the way that I've done it, and it seemed to work. Obviously it doesn't obviously marry up to, yeah, what the proper wheel is, but it still seems to work in game. So like I said, if it works, it works. Yeah, I've got no issues. So right, let's go to a set of course of competizione. A lot of people out there have been complaining, well within their rights to complain. I've sort of been moaning about it on streams and everything else about force feedback, the sort of non-existent force feedback. Now I get some force feedback. I'm not sure if people out there don't get any, or like I said, I get some at least. So let's get into it. So I go into my settings. So that is my settings. Gain 100%. Yes, it clips. You probably see it in my live streams. It clips, but it's the best I can get. It has to be on 100%. The clipping doesn't really make a massive difference. I haven't felt when it's clipped a sort of lesser feel or stuff like that. On my wheel itself, I've set, which you can only seem to do on the console, is set your force feedback basically to auto. I was running it 100% on the PC. I run it 100%, but my gain in game is about 35, and it's a lot more. Obviously, got a lot more force feedback strength. But yeah, I tend to run it on auto on the console on the Xbox Series X, and it tends to give me just a little bit more feedback. One thing I have noticed is that different cars, some of them give you greater force feedback feeling than others, which is strange to me as well. Like I said, yes, I have got force feedback. Yes, it's nowhere near what the PC is getting. Hopefully, with the update in February for the newer version of competition only for the Series S and X, they've rectified that. I really hope they do, because on PC it's just phenomenal. Really, really enjoy it. So yeah, like I said, try that. If you've got issues, try obviously 100% and try auto on through your wheelbase. And like I said, it for me, there's some force feedback there. No, it's not as good as PC, but there's still force feedback there. So, but like I said, hopefully Kunos, when they bring out the update, will rectify this issue. But like I said, that's my settings pretty much for the force feedback. Obviously through the wheel, it's different, which we will have a look at now through the PC on my wheel settings. I use the same wheel settings for PC and the Xbox through the wheel. So like I say, we'll have a look at them now. Okay, here is my settings. Obviously this is through PC. You can't bring this up on Series X. Obviously don't take much notice of my steering angle. That was obviously what was input for ACC last night on my live stream. The certain car I was running, the wheel rotation was 800. I changed this in game and on the wheelbase for what the car is supposed to be. So say the Bentley 640, so I'll change obviously that 640 and in game in 640. Overall strength for gain, it's 100% on here. Like I said, it does run at auto. You can change it to auto on the Series X, and that's what I'm running. Peak, I've never messed with this, so whether that would give you more force feedback in ACC on Xbox Series X, I personally don't think it would, but like I said, I've never flicked that across or changed it. So, and then like I said, everything else on there, they're my settings. Everything's up to date. So like I said, hopefully guys, this is helped you in some way or another. I know, like I said, people have been struggling. At the end of the day, the wheelbase is in its infancy. It's not, I mean, it tells me that because you have to run it in compatibility mode, i.e. it's mimicking the CSW version 2.5 in Assetto Corsa on PC. So yeah, maybe it was rushed out. I don't know. But to me, it's only going to get better with firmware updates and everything else that Fanatec do. So like I said, just bear with it, guys. I mean, I'm still loving mine. I haven't really had any major issues, to be fair. Yes, the force feedback is weak on ACC, but hopefully Kunos will rectify that with the updated version for the Series X and S in February. But like I said, I'm really enjoying mine, and I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I upgraded from the CSW version 2.5. So, but like I said, guys, if this has helped you in any way, or it hasn't, or if you've got other issues I could possibly try and help with or do a video on, then like I said, by all means leave a comment down below. Hit that subscribe as well, it all helps, and a thumbs up would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, like I said, hopefully this has helped you out in some way, shape or form, and I will catch you on the next live stream.